It's been a while since I talked about the Masters of Cinema collection. It's still a series that I do love. Some of the titles jump out at me a lot more than some of the others. One that's just recently been released is Der Golem, or How He Came Into the World. This was released in 1920. This is from a 4K restoration, and before I even get into the story or what I think of the disc and the extras, the transfer is stunning. The movie looks amazing. It's been pieced together by a couple of different film prints, and you can kind of tell that there were slight degradations between the prints because it jumps to certain aspects or certain scenes it changes, and it's just a slight degradation of the final product, but it's still exceptionally good, and I really did love the transfer of this. It's amazing to see something that's 99 years old that looks pristine on TV, on a big screen when you're watching it. Now, the basic story is all about Rabbi Lowe, who feels that his people are being threatened. They are. The king of where they stay has sent a decree saying that the Jewish people are using black magic. They don't feel safe, and they want them all to just leave their homes and just go away from this kingdom. And they feel kind of aggrieved and worried. Rabbi Lowe sees this in the stars, and he starts to work towards something that's going to protect them. He is going to create the Golem. He's going to create this monster out of clay that will obey him, that can protect his family and friends and community. But of course, things never go as easy as that. And he creates the Golem with the help of his young rabbi in training, and he finds that it starts to gain more and more of a conscious, more of its own kind of personality, and starts to turn a little bit towards its creator, as well as doing the job it was created for. And one of the things I really liked about this is the way that it's never damning on one person or another, but it kind of chops and changes the way it feels about things. You know, it does say that the Jewish people are using black magic in general, which seems to be rather silly. But in another scene when he's with the king, he does do magic and creates a sort of history of his Jewish people for people to watch and see throughout the ages as well, like almost like a theatre, like a cinema screen. He just creates these images for people to look at. You get the look and the style of the Golem, which is pretty iconic and a stunning image even now, portrayed by the director, or one of the directors of the movie. It's really nicely done, and I loved some of the film techniques throughout the movie, the way they do things. And one of the things I really liked about it was the constant change of colour and mood and style within the movie. It really does stand out quite vividly. The use of the tinted frames, you know, when the night time and it's blue, the daytime's a little bit more sepia toned. When there's fire later on, it's kind of orange throughout the screen. It doesn't feel like your typical black and white movie. They're doing different things here to keep it constantly fresh, to give a timescale of night and day throughout the movie. Unfortunately, I found the tale to be a little bit trite, a little bit long-winded. It wasn't as engaging as some other movies, like say The Cabinet of Dr. Caligari, which constantly had me enthralled. They locked off camera as well. It didn't really move as much, and it feels very much like sets and how it's been portrayed. It's just, you can almost see the edges of the sets, which is a shame because there are some good production values within it. I liked the whole fact of the Golem not just being an autonomous monster akin to a Frankenstein. Like, it has its own mind, and it starts to formulate opinions about people and things, and that's how he's ultimately defeated in the end. And it was engaging, it was good, but it wasn't great. But it's a perfect transfer, it's a perfect product of the time, and it's something that's really worth checking out. Now, this disc, like I said, it's from a 4K transfer. It's great. It's got 3 scores with it. I watched the one with Stephen Horn, which I think is the one that this one's been playing with. There's another 2, but so when I go back to check out again, and I will go back to check out again, I'll play it with a different score. There's an audio commentary by Scott Harrison, which will probably be interesting and open up a lot of facets about the movie that I don't really know. So again, I'll put that on at some point. Where are the Jewish horror films, which is a kind of video essay, which is quite good because it gets into a lot of the Jewish lore and how some of the monsters that from there have been, say, reappropriated into just general horror and don't really stick much to their roots in it. There is so much rich mythology in that there that we're just wondering why is it not being pushed into the mainstream. We get Golem time as well, which is another video essay just about the director, the character of the Golem, because this is a prequel to other movies that came out that I had no knowledge of whatsoever, and just how it's kind of evolved throughout that period of time, which is quite interesting, and it made me want to go and check out some of the other movies that's mentioned on the disc. There's a 60-minute US version of the movie, there's an audio version, there's a restoration thing that just shows you the original negative and what they did to it, and they've worked wonders with this because it's just almost unsightly what they've done to really transform it into what we see now. And just, I mean, it looks amazing anyway, but seeing the work that it did, just it makes you appreciate it even more. And of course the early edition has like the slipcase and a booklet as well, and I really do kind of like the slipcase. I think it's quite stunning. And then we have it, Der Golem, how he came into the world. I think if you're interested in silent film, this is something that you're going to have to pick up. I think it's rather beautiful. The story elements kind of let it down a little bit, but it's interesting enough. It looks pretty good. I love the film making that's going on here, and it's one that I can highly suggest if you're into these type of movies. I'd love to know your thoughts on Der Golem. Let me know in the comment box below, and I'll see you next time on Man vs. Film.